Hello, this is my first Sims 4 speed build, so welcome. I've been having a lot of fun creating in Sims 4, so I thought I would do a speed build. I've been watching them on YouTube and I'm having so much fun. So I was like, hey, I feel like I want to do one of these too. I thought I'd do an apartment, and I've been really plant crazy recently in real life, so I was like, well, what would my dream apartment look like if I was also really plant crazy? So I completely demolished everything in the apartment, put up some guideline walls. Actually, these aren't going to change during my build at all. And just some light so I could see what I was doing. And then I got started on the master bedroom. I love starting on the master bedroom because it's like my fantasy. I'm like, what would I like? And I'd like double doors. And whenever I have put double doors in the master bedroom, I'm just imagining this fantasy of, my ideal sim. She's in a long flowing gown. I don't have this content, but this is what I'm just imagining. Long flowing gown, and she like bursts out of these doors into her apartment. She's like greeting the day. I don't know. It's just like this fantasy I live. So in the beginning, I was gonna go for like a real red sort of theme of the house, and it would contrast the green of the plants. But you'll see a bit later on that I really very quickly changed my mind. And I was like, oh, I'll do accent walls because I found this really cool wallpaper. I was like, yeah, accent walls, that's funky, let's do that. Yeah, I definitely changed my mind. And wardrobe placement as well. I always try and think about what's realistic as well. Like, what would I put in my room? Matching bedside tables. While in the real world we would probably do that, I just don't like it in Sims. But putting a chest of drawers at the end of the bed is super realistic, and I just couldn't find anywhere else to put it in this room. So I thought I'd put it there. I love this mirror, the three-paneled mirror, but I just couldn't put it there. So here I'm just playing around with mirrors, and I went for a very organic looking one. I once saw this YouTuber, she put a lot of plants behind the mirror, which I thought was really funky. And it worked for the type of mirror that she was using because you could still see the plants poking out on the sides, but it did not work in this one, but I just didn't want to delete it. I was like, whatever, you can see it from one angle. I'm obsessed with like animal print carpets and shag carpets, and so I was feeling pretty happy with this room as is. I was like, oh yes, look at this contrasting colours. It changes a lot. At the end, it changes a lot. I was trying to look for plants to put in pots on the bedside tables, and this is custom content here. I really enjoy using some custom content, especially for carpets, because there's just not a lot of options in Sims. But I was so unhappy with these that I tried to go for base game plants here, and they just weren't working for me. It was really frustrating. I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll move on to the bathroom now. And it's small, but I think it's fine for a master bathroom. So I definitely like to not put showers in these sorts of master fantasy bathrooms. I like to put tubs. I think it's just so much more luxurious, and it's kind of like living my fantasy of like having enough time in my life to actually have a bath every day. I'm struggling with carpets. Carpets really tick me off, hey, because in every other bathroom you'd have like a mat down to catch all your drips, but I just couldn't find one that complemented that mahogany tub. And I was playing around with putting the shower, and man, I just hated it. I just absolutely hated it. So instead, in the corner, I ended up putting shelving. I was really struggling with the walls as well because they were like double height in this apartment. So it wasn't working. You'll see me struggle with it a lot, and I just, for the life of me, can't get it to work. And I'm like, whatever, done. I ended up putting shelving in the corner here, and I changed my color scheme quite a bit. I was trying to add some clutter to the walls, but it just wasn't working with me. I was like, cool, I'll just deal with it how I can and add more furniture. This mirror on the left, that like waterfall one, is custom content as well. I saw it on, I think it was the Sims resource, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to have that. I need to incorporate that into every single bathroom I make. That's just so luxurious. So impractical. Don't know why you would want to watch yourself kind of bathe in little mirrors, but like, whatever. I ended up adding 2 little carpets there in very normal places, nothing crazy. And I was like, well, this is a plants apartment, time to put some plants. I often struggle with when you raise items. I'm like, oh, have I raised it too high? And you look at it from a different angle, like, oh my goodness, I have. Now I was just wondering if this was poking through the wall, and yep, it always pokes through the wall. So I tried to make this bathroom into some sort of like rainforest oasis. I was having a lot of fun putting plants and squeezing them in places, resizing them, making them look good. I had a lot of fun. Like, would I actually put this many plants in my bathroom, like IRL? No. I'm gonna say no. Would I definitely keep some plants that needed higher moisture? Yeah, I would. I think it would be so fun. Just adding a few more plants, making it more rainforesty, seeing what fit, seeing if I could put anything on the walls. Oh, I'm such a big fan of putting plants on the top of the cistern of the toilet. I'm such a big fan. Like, I think it's such wasted space IRL and in Sims. Lighting is always a really hard one for me too, because I want to keep it not too fluorescent, but I also want to keep it well lit. I really enjoy candles in bathrooms, although I do not recommend keeping this many candles this close to this many plants. There are a lot of flammable things in here that bat those plants. I can just see it going boom. So I really like the warm light of candles. But the thing is with candles in Sims is if you resize them, the flame doesn't come down with it. So just before I had to delete some candles because the candles themselves were super low and then the flames were just off doing their own thing. It looked really weird. I was going to move on to the kitchen. I flip back and forth a lot in my build. It just sort of all comes together. And I was really indecisive with the kitchen. I was like, where's the fridge going to go? Where's the stove going to go? I was thinking about putting the fridge at the end there, but I was like, oh, no. And so I struggled with like maybe putting like a small counter in there, but I didn't like the look of it in the end. And I just fiddled. I recently discovered the custom options that you can do for islands and whatnot, and I was like, oh my goodness, I want to try it all, and I just hated it so much. I was getting so frustrated, so I just went very simple, 2 counters along the back, a nice big island, and I was like, cool, my kitchen's done. I wanted to make like a wall to sort of section off the kitchen from the rest of the house. Like, I've lived in houses that actually had this, and I thought it was really funky. And a raw brick wall feature wall. I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. I thought I was going to be really pushing boundaries by adding another wall there. How crazy am I? But in the end, I think it actually looked pretty good, and it really segregates the kitchen away from the rest of the house. Oh, next I struggled with the living room. I didn't know what I was doing because the poor person who has the master bedroom there, they'd have to like open their doors and they would be in the living space, and I was like, oh, that just doesn't like sit well with me. How am I going to do this? So I think I actually get rid of the double doors. I was like, oh, maybe I could have just a dining space. I don't need a TV. Who needs a TV? Turns out I really wanted a TV. I wanted to go with definitely a brown color palette. I was like, browns and greens. Oh, that looks so nice. And yeah, like I said, I'm changing the door to a single. Didn't want someone to open up their bedroom door and come straight into the living room. I think it looks a bit better like this. You know, it's a bit more of an intimate living area. Although with that TV, you'd have to like crane your neck to see that TV. That's crazy. More plants, always more plants. Oh, and I struggled with the carpet here. Oh, I just hate carpet choices. They're just not my friend. They can really make or break a room, and they are just so hard to get right. For a while there, I was like, oh, yes, I'm here for this. I like this. I eventually changed my mind. I was thinking about how you enter a house as well, or even an apartment. When you enter here, there's usually an area where you put your keys and maybe the mail, and that's what I wanted to replicate here in my house as well. I wanted to make sure that, you know, you come in, you just dump your keys into a bowl, and you'll see a bit later that I go searching for bowls and go through all the hundreds of items. Yeah, here we go. I'm trying to find the perfect key dumping bowl. Once I found my bowl, it's time to clutter everything up. And I was trying to go for different plants because I felt like I'd been using a lot of the plants of indoor plants section, but I don't really have too much of a choice. I've got to just keep going with it. I think scale's really important as well. Didn't want it to look like a mixing bowl. Oh, this porcelain pig is just my favorite little statue that they have in the game. It's just so cute. I thought my Sims need somewhere to eat. In the beginning, was like, oh, they can just eat at the island. I was like, oh, wait, no. I'd probably give them somewhere to actually eat, because I was deciding if the spare bedroom was going to be like a study area, like a library, or if it was going to be like a teenager's bedroom. And I ended up deciding that being a teenager's bedroom. So I was like, well, people got to have somewhere to study and somewhere to eat. Ended up making the bathroom a tiny bit smaller. It didn't need to be that big, and it just allowed me to move the dining table over a smidge. I copied over the wallpaper and the floor from the other bathroom, keep a little bit consistent. I actually really hate this bathroom. I feel like I should have spent some more time on it. Again, same sink, same toilet, and I put a shower in this one. I feel like, I don't know, in every house there's like one bathroom that's really nicely done up, and there's one bathroom that's just like forgotten. It's just like, you know, the whatever bathroom. It's that we'll get to it eventually bathroom. Still very functional, just it's got its original fittings in there. This is the moment where I decided it was going to be a teenager's bedroom, and it was going to be 2 teenagers' bedroom, because why not? And I knew that I could fit everything in here. I just had to kind of figure it out, and I wanted to make sure that the teenagers had computers, because I think that's really important. I mean, when I was a teenager, I kind of lived on my computer, so... And look, parents can't afford the $10,000 computers for them each, so instead they get the $800 ones that are all kind of banged up. I'm struggling with carpets again, Lord. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Yeah, cool. Nope, it was not it. I just couldn't decide. And I thought I had made a decision, but I ended up changing the carpet. And I was like, oh no, it doesn't work. I don't know how my feature wall had gotten erased, but whatever, I just fixed it. Changing the carpet, I think it's important for kids' rooms to have carpet. I don't think a kid's room should ever have like wood floor. I think it just makes the room look too mature. I tiled the kitchen. I really like this stone tiling. I think it's great. And I was playing around with it. I was like, oh, do I want the rest of the house to have wood flooring? And then what shade of wood flooring do I want? I struggled with it a lot, as you can see. I think I eventually decide on this lovely sandy wood flooring. This is from the Pets expansion. It's my favorite. I just love it. I love the different tones in the wood. It just brings a new sort of tone to the whole apartment. It's wonderful. It brightens everything up. But yeah, kids are messy. Kids should have carpet. Just playing around with the colors of everything, just making sure everything sort of matches, nothing's too clashy, nothing's too out there. Eventually went for the same colored beds, because I was like, oh, needs to be more matchy-matchy. More plants, just more. Just, can I put them in places? Let me try and put them in places. I'm going to try and put them everywhere I can. That's the carpet I eventually go with. I just hated all of these. But eventually scaling that one down, it looks alright. It looks decent. You gotta have a mat by the door. I mean, that's how you wipe your dirty feet off. I added a fish bowl. I think that's really important. Just a little bit more clutter. And I was thinking, well, you know, in an apartment you might not be able to have a cat or a dog, but fish, landlords can't say no to fish. And I put no curtains in this entire apartment. No curtains. I hate curtains because they stand like a million miles away from the wall, and they just, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Adding more clutter. Clutter is fun. Honestly, clutter is one of the best parts of building. I think it's just so fun to bring a house to life, even though sometimes it can be very frustrating trying to get things in the places that you want them to be in. I found this random big geode that just saw pop up randomly, and I was like, oh, what's this? And being able to resize things is so important. I think that's one thing that really helped my building skills, is being able to resize things. Wanted something to fill this little gap, you know, make more clutter, and it just wasn't working. If there's a space above something, I will try and put a plant there. I think the only place I didn't try and put the plant was on the half cupboards above the fridge and the stove. It's like, how am I feasibly going to get up there and water it? Again, the unused space on the top of the cistern. You gotta use it, it's so handy. Put some candles up there, it'd be wonderful. I put some laundry on the bottom of that bathroom and the laundry basket, because again, it's like the pleb bathroom. It looked like the teenagers would use it. And I realized that when I moved that little drawers thing, everything else didn't shift along with it, so I had to just rearrange it. And I ended up deleting that wicker one, and I don't know if I ended up putting a carpet there. I just, yeah, nothing really fit. Needed some more light. Make sure everything was well illuminated, even though it drives the energy bill up just so high every week. I cut to when I was doing the wallpaper. I thought it was just so bland and white. It just kind of sucked all the life out of this place that I tried to breathe life into. And I was choosing a color. I went with this light green. I think it's beautiful. It just feels like harmonious and whatnot. I think we're almost ready for the screenshots as well. Here we go, screenshots. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's my first speed build, and I'm definitely going to be doing more of these. It's just so much fun. So yeah, I stream on Twitch, and you can see links down below. Hope you have a great day. Bye!